I quite agree. And let's think about the brutal maths of exponential growth. Just the maths. That figure I gave you for carbon dioxide, more carbon dioxide since 1992 than in the entire history of the human race before 1992. If we carry on with economic growth at 3%, the same will happen again in 25 years. That's the doubling time. So the impact of our economic growth in the next 25 years will be the same as in the entire history of the human race before today. That's the brutal maths of exponential growth. You can't avoid it. So something based on exponential growth is designed to collapse. That's the situation we're in. It's not going to happen again. We've got a few years now to sort this out, and it has to be front-loaded. So that's the starting point. So I completely agree. And a lot of people have seen this, except the people who seem to be making the decisions. You're quite right. So there are a lot of economists who are actually coming up with different ways of looking at the economy to actually allow for the fact that actually the economy is part of the environment. It's not the environment that's part of the economy. This is actually fundamental to a lot of economic thinking now, including Kate Raworth and her Donut Economics, read that. But also Professor Das Gupta, who wrote a report on the biodiversity of the economics of biodiversity this year. Many people probably haven't heard of it. But the difference there was he was an economics professor contracted by the Treasury. And he came up with everything that ecologists have been saying for the last 30 years, that the economy is part of the environment, not the other way around. So he's coming up with recommendations for moving away from gross domestic product growth and thinking about what he calls inclusive growth. Now, I'm not sure whether that's going to work, but at least it shows other people